Hi, this is a lyric analysis of Olivia Rodrigo's new album, Sour. Before we get into it, there are a few assumptions that I'm going to be making. One, that the main boy Olivia Rodrigo is singing about is Joshua Bassett. And second, that the blonde girl she sings about is Sabrina Carpenter. Please remember that this is just my theory and has not been confirmed by Olivia Rodrigo at this point in time. I will be analyzing the songs using the framework of the 5 stages of grief, which is a method that mental health professionals use to help understand the process of dealing with grief. While Olivia's album does not deal with grief in the order that these stages are presented, when dealing with grief, it is common to go back and forth through the stages. The 5 stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Brutal is the first song on the album, and it represents the grief stage of anger. The song frames the album by introducing the themes that will be explored in the rest of the album. In this song, Olivia talks about how brutal her life feels and how she is being exploited and used and feels like giving up her career sometimes. She says, "Who am I if not exploited?" Keep this theme in mind as we go through the other songs. She says, "I'm so caught up in the news of who likes me and who hates you." I believe that this is talking about the gossip about her and Joshua Bassett. The second song, Traitor, deals with the denial and anger phases of grief. This song gives some specific hints about Olivia's relationship with Joshua, which provides good evidence that the album is indeed about him. For instance, the song mentions that her boyfriend started dating a new girl only 2 weeks after breaking up with Olivia. It also mentions that the boyfriend brings the new date around and shows her off like a trophy. There are news reports that Joshua might have brought Sabrina to the set of High School Musical, the series. The third song, Driver's License, represents the grief stages of depression and denial. This song mentions that the ex-boyfriend is now dating a blonde girl. This lyric is about Sabrina, as it has been confirmed by the lyrics of Sabrina Carpenter's song Skin, when she says, "Maybe blonde was the only rhyme." In Driver's License, Olivia mentions how she feels insecure and that she can't love anyone else. She feels betrayed by Joshua and recalls their times together. She says, "But I still effing love you, babe," which means that she is not over Joshua. The fourth song is called One Step Forward, 3 Steps Back. This song deals with the grief stage of bargaining, where people think about what they could do differently to get back the person they are grieving for. In this song, Olivia talks about how she blamed herself for her breakup, how she had self-doubts, and how she did not feel pretty enough. At the end of the song, she says, "Maybe this is all your fault instead," which is showing that she is starting to come to terms with what happened and recognizes that it is not all her fault. The fifth song is called Deja Vu. While this song expresses anger, it also deals with the bargaining stage of grief again. In this song, Olivia is remembering the good times with Joshua and reflecting on how she feels jealous that Joshua went off with another actress. This is another clear reference to Sabrina Carpenter. Song number 6 is called Good For You. It deals with the grief stages of anger and depression. This song again mentions that it took a couple weeks for Joshua to get a new girlfriend. This song angrily talks about how Joshua is doing great while Olivia feels terrible. It mentions how he never cared about the relationship and that he is like a goddamn sociopath. The song also makes reference to Olivia finding Joshua a therapist, and she is jealous that he will be a better man for his new girlfriend. Song number 7 is called Enough For You. It deals with the grief stages of depression and anger. Olivia mentions how she was obsessed with Joshua, but he broke her heart. She talks about how she feels less exciting than other girls. Olivia talks about how she changed herself to get Joshua to like her, and all he did was tell her that he is not the compliment type. Could this be because he never liked Olivia in a romantic way? I will continue exploring this theme in the upcoming slides. The 8th song is called Happier. It deals with depression and anger, but also shows the beginning of the acceptance stage of grief. In this song, Olivia talks about how she feels selfish because she can't completely give up Joshua. She feels jealous and compares herself to Sabrina. This song indicates that she is starting to accept that Joshua is with someone else, but she does not want him to be happier with his new girlfriend than he was with her. The 9th song is called Jealousy, Jealousy. It deals with the anger and acceptance stages of grief. This song addresses beauty standards that make girls feel insecure about their appearance. Olivia feels jealous, but has a hard time stopping herself. In this song, Olivia reflects on the jealousy she feels towards Sabrina, and she says, "Got a pretty face, a pretty boyfriend too. I want to be you so bad." This shows that Olivia is still jealous of Sabrina. Olivia, however, recognizes that their win is not my loss, and that comparing herself to other girls is not necessary or helpful. This shows a bit of acceptance, but she still ends the song angry and talking about her jealousy. Song 10 is called Favorite Crime. It deals with the anger and acceptance stages of grief. This song is really interesting because in it, Olivia says that she is Joshua's crime and that she let him treat her badly. She says that Joshua used me as an alibi. This could possibly mean that she was used by management or Joshua himself to cover up the fact that Joshua is gay. In early to mid-May 2021, Joshua Bassett called Harry Styles hot in an interview and said that that was his way of coming out. He confirmed in an Instagram post on May 11th that he is part of the LGBTQ community, but did not say what his identity is. People might think he is bisexual because he is known for dating 2 women, but if you look at some of the lyrics throughout this album, it points towards him being gay. Olivia said that Joshua is not the compliment type. Could this be because he doesn't like girls? Did Joshua move on so fast to Sabrina not because he loved her, but because he needed a better beard? According to Urban Planet, a beard is the significant other of a person who is gay, but they are of the opposite sex. A beard is used to make the world think the gay partner is straight. Sometimes the beard knows they're a beard, and sometimes they're being deceived. My reason for thinking this is that it seems that Olivia really loved Joshua, but he never loved her. He could have ended the relationship to not further hurt Olivia because he knew he didn't feel the same way about her. He then went off with Sabrina, which is great publicity for Disney. Why do I think Joshua's management would cover up that he is gay? Well, we already know they did, because after Joshua came out, an anonymous source told Gay Times that Joshua does not identify as queer, which was later taken out of the Gay Times news article. Olivia even says in the first song on the album, "Who am I if not exploited?" So if you put this all together, it seems as if Olivia was used as a publicity stunt for Disney and a beard for Joshua, but she really loved him and he never loved her. That is what she is singing about in this song. The final song on the album is called Hope You're Okay. This song represents the acceptance phase of grief. Olivia talks about how one of her old friends was treated badly by his parents because, as she says, his parents cared more about the Bible than being good to their own son. And then she says that she hopes this boy is okay. She also remembers her friend from middle school whose parents treated her badly because, as Olivia puts, her parents hated who she loved. Olivia then goes on to hope that this girl is okay. Then in the outro, she sings about a third person. Olivia says to this person, "Well, I hope you know how proud I am you were created with the courage to unlearn all of their hatred." This song, at a first glance, doesn't really make sense with the rest of the album. Why is she ending her album with a song about LGBTQ2SIA+ issues? Why does she mention out and proud at different points in the song? This doesn't make any sense until you remember that Olivia's ex-boyfriend Joshua is part of the queer community. She says, "God, I hope you're happier today," which is a reference to her song Happier. This confirms that this song is about the same boy, Joshua, and that she is now accepting of him. The final lyrics on the album are, "'Cause I love you, and I hope that you're okay." This is a direct message to Joshua, as she now understands what he went through and now accepts what happened. This song ends with the starting notes from Driver's License, which is the first song she released from this album. This also confirms this song is part of the same story about Joshua, Sabrina, and herself. She is ending her album by going back to how it began. In conclusion, Olivia Rodrigo's album details her emotional journey following her breakup with Joshua Bassett and explores the 5 stages of grief. We learned that Olivia loved Joshua, but he never loved her back. We also figured out that Olivia was most likely a PR stunt and a beard for Disney and Joshua. Olivia originally thought that Joshua left her for Sabrina, but Sabrina was also just another beard and PR stunt. At the end of the day, Olivia finally comes to accept what happened and wishes Joshua well, as she now understands his side of the story. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember, this is just my theory and has not been confirmed by Olivia herself. Have a great day.